In the vast, silent darkness of the open ocean, where sunlight dissolves into bluish haze and pressure rises like the weight of mountains, lives a creature that carries one of the most extraordinary stories in the natural world. The sperm whale, Earth's largest brained animal, the deep sea's most powerful predator, and one of the most socially complex mammals on the planet, also possesses one of the slowest, most intricate reproductive cycles in existence. To understand how a sperm whale is born is to follow a journey that spans decades, a tale of lifelong family bonds, thousand-mile migrations, silent battles between colossal males, and a birth ritual so moving and cooperative that it stands among the most beautiful in all of nature. Every newborn sperm whale, already weighing more than a car, is the outcome of endurance, sacrifice, and remarkable intelligence across generations. This story begins where warm tropical light meets the surface of the sea, where the cycle begins. In the warm tropical and subtropical waters of the world, female sperm whales live in tightly knit matrilineal families, communities built on cooperation and continuity. These are not temporary groupings, but lifelong social units made of mothers, daughters, grandmothers, aunts, and calves. A single group may include 10 to 20 whales, and several groups sometimes merge into superpods of hundreds. Within these female-led societies, every member has a role. Older females guide the group with decades of knowledge. Younger females act as babysitters, helpers, and protectors. Calves are raised not only by their mothers, but by the entire clan. It is a system built on trust and collective responsibility. Male sperm whales, however, follow a different destiny. As young calves, they live and learn within the family. But as they approach adolescence around 8 to 12 years old, they leave the pod. This is not a rejection, but an evolutionary necessity to prevent inbreeding. The young males form loose bachelor groups, wandering across the oceans before gradually moving toward colder, temperate, and polar waters. There, in the dark cold, far from their birthplaces, they will grow into giants. The long journey back when adulthood calls. Years later, after reaching enormous size, often more than 15 meters long and weighing over 40 tons, the mature males begin a legendary migration back to the tropics. They may swim 10,000 miles or more, tracing invisible routes through open oceans to reach the waters where the female families reside. No other marine mammal travels such vast distances for the chance to reproduce. Their greatest tool is sound. Sperm whales produce the loudest biological clicks ever recorded, powerful pulses that can travel for hundreds of kilometers underwater. These clicks help males navigate, locate other whales, and eventually find the family groups where females gather. But arriving is only the beginning. The silent competition of giants. When several males reach a group of females at the same time, competition begins not with claws or fangs, but with ritualistic displays of strength, stamina, and sound. Two males may swim parallel for hours, assessing each other. At times, they ram head-to-head, using the enormous spermaceti organ in their skulls as both shield and battering ram. These confrontations are rarely fatal. Instead, they are tests of size, age, power, and experience. The older males bear deep white scars, like battle medals across their dark skin. Each scar is a memory of a conflict survived, a statement of dominance written across the body. Eventually, a victor emerges. The dominant male is granted access to the receptive females. A quiet moment beneath the waves. Mating in sperm whales is surprisingly gentle for such colossal animals. It takes place deep in the water column, usually between 100 and 500 meters below the surface, far beyond human view. The male approaches the female, swimming closely alongside her. The act is calm, brief, and silent, a private exchange in the dim blue half-light of the deep. During a breeding season, a successful male may mate with several females, but the true journey begins afterward. The long creation, a 16-month pregnancy. Once fertilized, a female sperm whale enters one of the longest pregnancies in the marine world. The gestation lasts between 14 and 16 months longer than almost any other toothed whale. Such a lengthy pregnancy is necessary because of the extraordinary size and complexity of the newborn. It is already 4 to 4.5 meters long. It weighs 1 to 1.5 tons. It possesses the largest brain of any animal on Earth, up to 8 kilograms. To prepare a calf of such magnitude and neurological sophistication requires time. During these many months, the mother is surrounded and supported by her female relatives. The group moves more slowly, protects her from predators, and adjusts their travel patterns to ensure her safety. Inside her enormous body, the calf grows not only bones, muscles, and blubber, but the acoustic and neurological systems it will need to navigate the abyss and communicate in the dialect of its family. A miracle of birth, protected by a circle of mothers. When the time comes, the entire pod responds. The pregnant female leaves the deep and moves into warmer, calmer waters. And then, something extraordinary happens. The other females gather around her, forming a tight, protective ring. This is one of the only known midwife systems in the marine world. Within this living circle, the mother gives birth to her calf, always tail first, so the newborn does not inhale water. The moment the calf emerges, its aunts and relatives help push it gently toward the surface for its crucial first breath of air. The birth of a sperm whale is not an individual event. It is a communal ceremony, a triumph shared by the entire family. The longest childhood in the deep sea. As mammals, sperm whale calves nurse on extremely rich milk, almost half fat, thick and creamy, designed to build blubber and energy quickly. A calf will nurse for 2 to 3 years, sometimes longer if the mother has not conceived again. But nursing is only the beginning of its long education. A sperm whale calf spends the first decade of its life learning how to dive safely under immense pressure, how to navigate in total darkness, how to interpret the clicking language of its clan, how to hunt squid, including colossal deep-sea species, how to recognize danger and stay close to family members. Most dives in early life are shallow, 100 to 300 meters. Only gradually does the calf master deeper descents. As it grows stronger, it begins following adults down to 1,000 meters and eventually to more than 2,000. Hunting giant squid is a craft taught through participation, observation, and experience. Adult females often bring the calf along on hunts, letting it watch and imitate. This is one of the clearest examples of culture in a non-human species. The inevitable farewell when young males must leave. At some point between 8 and 12 years old, if the calf is male, it must leave the pod. This separation is a natural, necessary stage of life. The young male joins other adolescent males and begins a new wandering existence across open oceans. He will grow for decades, drifting steadily toward colder waters. Only when he becomes a massive, mature bull, often in his 30s, will he return to the tropics, seeking to breed. Female calves, however, stay with the family forever, carrying on the lineage, a reproductive cycle shaped by time. By the time a sperm whale mother gives birth, nurses her calf, teaches it essential skills, and regains enough strength to reproduce again, 4 to 6 years may have passed. A female may produce only 4 or 5 calves in her entire lifetime. This astonishingly slow reproductive rate is both a marvel of evolution and of vulnerability. It ensures that each calf is given extraordinary care, but it also means that populations recover very slowly from human impacts, such as entanglement in fishing gear, ocean noise pollution, ship strikes, environmental change. In the modern world, this slow rhythm of life places sperm whales at risk. The legacy of the deep. From the moment a male sets out from the polar seas to find a mate, to the long months of gestation, to the circle of protectors that surrounds a birthing mother, to the decade-long childhood of a calf, learning the secrets of the deep. Every part of the sperm whale reproductive cycle is a symphony of biology, intelligence, and cooperation. These are not mindless giants, but creatures with rich emotional lives, complex communication, and social bonds strong enough to span generations. Their reproductive cycle is not merely a biological process, it is a story of family, migration, mentorship, and the quiet strength of mothers who pass on the wisdom of the ocean. The birth of a sperm whale is not just the arrival of a new predator, it is the continuation of a lineage that has survived millions of years. A reminder that in the deepest, darkest parts of our planet, life can be gentle, communal, and profoundly beautiful.